Hey, what is going on, my beautiful, healthy people? I almost forgot that there was more to this story because part two just got cut off and it was almost like I left y'all with the cliffhanger. But here we go. This is the final part of the Antoine story. So here we go. Yeah, it's kind of funny. We were talking about MTSU in at the end of the last session, and years later, I ended up moving to Nashville, where MTSU is located. He didn't say much about that, except that I should see if they offer a graduate degree in some area. Now, it was his turn to work his magic on me. I had to ask him several times to massage my back. I guess this request caught him off guard. He remarked that he thought the no touching policy carried over from the previous day, which was Wednesday. I told him, no, that's not true. That massage felt so good. And y'all probably know now, years later, I actually ended up becoming a massage therapist. How about that? There's so many premonitions in this little story with Antoine. Roll Antoine. I told him no, that massage felt so good. Okay, I already read that. Then he kept making comments about my butt. He smacked it at one point and I gave him a funny look. Not long after we started kissing heavily, and I knew what would happen next. So I asked him if he had any condoms. He assumed that I had gotten some. What you talking about, dude? You can bring you can supply the condoms. He said that he would be the adult in this situation. What? You gonna be the adult in this situation? He has some condoms in his car. So I told him, Page Turner. So I told him that I had brought something for that night. He asked, what kind of freaky stuff you done brought? I told him that it was only candles. While he went out to the car to get the condoms, I lit the candles. I was having trouble lighting the candles and Antoine just laughed at me. I couldn't even open the package that the stick lighter was enclosed in. He had to open it for me. Then I had to figure out how to use the damn thing. I finally got it. Antoine followed me around the room as I lit each one individually. This dude was following me around the room. Little did he know, I got the candle idea from a dream that he relayed to me back in December. He said that it was so romantic. He kissed me on my lips, licked my chest, and proceeded to place his penis inside my vagina. It hurt so much. He said that we were going to break it slowly. I could tell that he was being gentle with me. It hurt so much that I began to cry at one point. We began to move rhythmically, my legs wrapped tightly around him and my hands grabbing his butt. I felt so connected to him at that point. I asked him if we could do it again, go for round two. I could tell that he had orgasmed, but I did not. I told him that I loved him during the love-making session, and he said, how much? This Negro replied with how much, but you know what? At that time, I ain't say nothing about it. It was just like, okay. He got up abruptly and made a phone call to his mom. Before he made the call, he told me that he hoped I knew he loved me so much, even though he makes jokes about me and where I'm from. I think he does that because he knows that it gets to me. I don't mind ridicule from him anyway. I know that's all in fun. He told his mother that he was going to pick up Khalil and bring him over there because he had plans for the night. He grabbed my hand at that point. He also told his mother that he wasn't planning on coming home that night. In my nakedness, I sat Indian style on the other bed while I wrote him a check for $50. Here go that $50, y'all. He remarked that that was an interesting position. What a freak. He told me that he would take the check over to his father's. He left after he gave me a kiss. He was to return with more condoms and his video camera to show me some of the things he'd filmed. And no, y'all, we won't go about to film no, what's that dude that, what's her name? Dang it, y'all got me Ray J and Kim Kardashian. We weren't about to film none of that. I was just gonna look at some videos he had, so y'all don't get no ideas. He said that he would call me before he came back because there had been some recent robberies at the hotel back in December. He told me not to get dressed or blow the candles out. I was so psyched about his return. I just knew that the night would be as special and heavenly as I thought. After he left, I slipped on my two-piece lingerie set, took the wrap off my hair, and curled it. I wanted to surprise him upon his return. The minutes turned into hours. Hours, just tick tock, tick tock. I got in the bed and ended up falling asleep in my lingerie. When I woke up, it was around 9 p.m. Where was he? I paged him twice. And mind y'all, at this time, there were pages. There weren't no cell phones. There were, but not everybody had them. And he didn't return neither of them. I was real pissed at this point. Why had he pulled this shit with me? I blew out the candles forcefully because I got tired of waiting. I turned on the lights and put on my clothes. I could do nothing but cry and throw things against the wall. I felt so used and abused. Antoine had gotten what he wanted and decided that he didn't need to come back or see me again. By midnight, I was beating up on myself so bad. I felt so stupid, like a fool. I began to read the Bible, listen to the radio, and write some poetry. I felt like God was trying to teach me a serious lesson. I should have learned my lesson long ago, but I guess God had to bring me to this point for me to realize that I need to trust him more. I was mad. I was angry. I was frustrated. I hadn't even had anything to eat since that afternoon. I was so damn hungry. I walked over to the other Days Inn building to pay a visit to the vending machine. It was early in the morning by this time. I purchased a bag of plain potato chips and some Twinkies. I was a little... Y'all, this is so interesting because I don't know when. This could be when I started this habit of getting chips and a cake. And I'm thinking about this now. It's funny how things like this occur where you start to do these things.